Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. Today I'm taking a look at the eagerly anticipated first release from Bold Forms, a third party company. This is their interpretation of the combiner Motormaster. This is a BCS-01 Lonewolf. Taking a quick look around the box, it's a nice plain box with a silhouette there of their Motormaster. On the back there's a warning, and that's about it. Nice slim box, so nice and cheap on shipping. Here he is out of the packaging. I have mixed opinions on this guy. He is good, he's going to tick a lot of guys and gals boxes, but he's not without his faults. First of all, it's a lot of tabs to tab together, and they do all tab in. He's very, very G1-esque, as you can see. I mean, I really like the G1 vibe to him. I would have liked a cover or something on here. This bit looks very, very exposed. And there's a little bit of parts forming with this guy as well. And I haven't found a use for his rear trailer. There's like a small section here that comes off. Haven't actually found a use for it yet. I love the purple that's used here. The paint applications are good, thorough, and continues throughout. It's the same colour all the way across. The actual feel of this guy actually really reminds me of the G1 Menasor. It's really got that G1 feel to it as well. It's a good plastic quality. I would say it's kind of on par with the likes of Planet X and the Fans Want It kits, but it really does feel like a Generation 1 Motormaster. And as you can see, one thing I don't like is the inability to rotate this front cab. And it is a little bit floppy there. It does flop down. A lot of people have said they don't like how far forward that front cab is. Now that can be rectified. If we come on the underside here, there's his sword and pistol. If we remove the pistol, just pull that out, and pull out the sword section, we can now slide that back, and that cab is a lot closer to his trailer. What else does he come with? He comes with a chest piece for when we combine him to form a Menasor. He comes with a crotch piece for when we combine him to form a Menasor. He comes with an alternative set of open-close hands. And he comes with 4 of these. These are the Combiner Wars compatibility brackets. You slide these onto him using this clip here, on his legs and his arms, and we can use our Combiner War limbs. Now, Bold Forms are intending to release G1 inspired limbs of their own, but to keep people going, they've provided these brackets so we can use their torso, because it really is an amazing Menasor torso, believe me, and use these brackets to use those Combiner War limbs. He also comes with an instruction manual, which is very, very straightforward. Obviously, I will do a step-to-step guide on his transformation, but that's what he comes with, and first impressions, I like it. Scale-wise in vehicle mode, he doesn't work overly well with your Generations line. He's just too small. Until we actually create mass shifting ability, it's always going to be a really tricky one with Motormaster, just to get him from a truck with this trailer into kind of a Voyager-sized robot. It's extremely difficult. Vehicle-wise, though, he does look extremely well in scale with the likes of your Arc Studio figures, kind of the world's smallest, that kind of line. He works extremely well. To get Motormaster transformed, it's a very, very straightforward process. First of all, we want to come around to this back section here, and that's just tabbed in on the top, and that just slides out. We're going to put this section to one side. This is the actual section I haven't found a use for yet. I mean, it opens up. There's no real way of storing anything in there because that's about as far as it goes. And I don't really know what else to do with it. It doesn't say any instructions anywhere. I haven't seen anything on any of the Bold Form pictures. If anybody does know, then please let me know. Let's just turn this guy upside down. And there's a bracket here. All of this section here is on a runner. So we can just slide this all the way forwards to this position. Come around to the top. Just unplug those. These sections are just going to fold down out of the way. And we're just going to untab these sections together. It's joined along this seam here and the seam here. So if we just pull those apart, really is tabbed in extremely firmly. There and there. And then we can just bring down those legs like so. And again on this side, bring down the leg like so. And just pull and make sure the knees are fully locked out. From this position, we're going to use these runners on the back here. You want to just run the legs all the way around, slide that all the way up the back, and as you slide it up, these wheels are on a very, very firm joint. Just run that joint all the way up, and the foot on this very squeaky tight hinge is going to slide into there. Make sure these wheels are tucked in at the back. They're actually on a little nubbin, so if you push it just beyond, it locks into place. Rotate the waist round like so, and just push up and pull these legs down, up and down. I'm going to come round to this side and just open up this chest section. As you can see, as you pull this out, those arms are actually on a pivot. That rotates down. These top sections here pull down and they lock into place, like so. Bring these arm sections down at the back and flip that around. If we come round to this back section here, this just untabs, folds down like so. That's going to tab in, and that's going to fold in, tab and tab. Applying pressure to the arms, we can just wiggle those free like so, and they're on a sliding joint. Flip this section up, flip down the hands, and flip that out. Do the same on this side. Let's just wiggle that joint free, flip that up, flip that down, and flip that open. Just slide these joints out. And there we have him in his robot form. I like it. I do actually like the robot form. I like the very G1 cartoon and toy schematic look to him. I like the head covering here. Not a fan of the feet. There's not a huge range of motion on those. I would have liked more pivot. You've got a front pivot on the actual toe there. I haven't actually folded his toes in, just pushed those wheels in either side there. So I do have a bit of front pivot on the actual front of the cab there. The head does look left and right, but there is no up and down range of motion on there. Really, in this day and age, we should have at least a ball joint or something under there. The shoulders themselves, nice toy joint ratchets all the way around, nice full 360 there. You have got a little bit of butterfly motion, but obviously that does pop up the chest. We do have a waist swivel. We've got very, very nice range of movement on the front of the leg. And again, going backwards, really nice range. We do have an upper thigh swivel. We do have, I believe that's die cast in those thighs. That feels very much like die cast. We actually have double jointed knees, which is really nice. So we can get some really, really nice kind of flight-esque poses. And like I said, as we come down to the feet, we do have a little bit of range there, and we do have these front cab sections, so we can get pivot-esque motion on those toes. Nothing at the heel, unfortunately. And yes, that's about all we get from this. We have some wrist swivel, and we do have the ability to change the hands. Now, I like to have his arms quite stocky, but if you do want to extend the arms, there's a hidden socket just inside here. You can just slide that down like so, and that now gives you a double jointed range on the arm. I just think it does make the arms look a little bit long. What do you guys think? I suppose they do work, kind of, don't they? I just think they look a little bit thin around the elbow, and I just preferred it kind of snuck up, kind of inside there a little bit more, making his arms look a little bit more stocky. Another option for this guy is you can fold the side skirt sections down here. I actually prefer to keep them up, but you can just bring those down and bring it over like so. And again, bring that down like so. I think I prefer them up. It's all about your personal preference, is it? It's a robust figure, although there's lots and lots of twisting, turning, moving parts. I'm not scared to kind of manhandle him I'll do as Vangelis would do. You know, he's not going anywhere. If you guys have been following me on Facebook, you would have seen the pictures I put up of this figure. He is extremely well balanced and a joy to pose. The comparison that a lot of people have asked to see, here he is with his Hasbro Combiner Wars counterpart. And here he is with some Masterpiece figures just for good measure. I mean, scale-wise, I think he actually works extremely well with the Masterpiece figures. He's a lot bigger than a kind of Voyager, and he's pretty much on scale with Masterpiece. But do you think the engineering is there for a Masterpiece? Now, at the time of me releasing this review, I have no idea how he's meant to hold this weapon. I have emailed Bold Form, and they're going to get back to me. I know they're extremely busy shipping this guy out to everybody at the moment, and I don't know what to do with this platform. I don't know if it's some sort of base that can combine together when we get the sections from the other figures. That would make it all worthwhile, in my opinion, if it actually does have a secondary function, but it's just waiting on the release of those other figures to kind of combine it all together into like some sort of weapons storage, etc. Now let's get him changed up into his torso. Right, run you through a couple of simple steps. First of all, flip this chest section up. You want to make sure, if you decided to go for the extended bicep, that you wiggle that one back in and slide it back into the section. Flip his fist back into these empty cavities, close that section off, bring that section in, and come around to the back, and you want to just open up this section for a time being and flip that up, because we need to use it to allow us to bring these sections all the way back round to the front. Do the same with this side, swing that one round, bring it back round to the front, like so, and just fold this section up, bring that one into position, and just make sure that the arm is fully collapsed in there and everything is tabbed into place like so. Come back round to this side. We can now collapse this section back down again, tab that back in, tab that back in like so and like so, just pressing those in. Now open up this section here, fold these tabs in like so and like so. Make sure these torso sections are folded upwards and located just inside and tabbed in. Again with this side, flip that up and just tab that in like so. Come round to the waist section and apply pressure over one side. Switch this waist around like so. Rotate the waist around like so. And to get these legs into the correct position, it's not the easiest of things to do. With the Motormaster feet, just slide this joint down so it's both of these are facing downwards, and these wheels are here. Doesn't matter which side they are really, you can probably flick those round to this side, and the cab section is here. Now our next section is, whilst keeping this joint in place there, you want to rotate this section up and still keeping this joint there. Make sure you slide this section up like so. Just make sure this pin in here is fully slid upwards like so. Open up this back section here. You want to sleeve that round and fold that so it goes flat. You then want to rotate this section here and flip the top section around like so. That's basically how the back of the leg is going to look, and then just push this wheel section over the tab, just locking that out and into place. And that's what the legs look like with it folded up. There is no way of getting them any smaller that I can see. There is actually an option to just unplug these runners. They are literally just on a runner, and you can just pop that out and pop that out on either side. It doesn't do any damage at all, and they are easy to get back in again. Just removes the kibble at the back there. But obviously that is more parts forming, so it's completely an option to yourselves. Let's just bring in the additional sections. We've got this chest section here, which we bring in. That just pegs in that way up. Pegs in over this chest panel here, like so. Pegs in nice and firmly. We then have a crotch section as well, which again will tab in. There's these two tabs here. They'll go over the crotch and that will tab in nicely like so. and then we can start adding on the combiner ports. They look just like this, and they tab in, just plug that in there like so, and push that in. And the legs are very similar, although they're just a plug. I've already added it to my Stunticon. I can just slide that section in there now and just tab that in. And here he is in his Combiner Wars combined mode. You're really going to need to get yourself something like the Perfect Effect feet and hands for this guy. It just doesn't want to stand up brilliantly. Now that's nothing to do with the Lonewolf figure. That's more to do with the lack of range of motion with the Hasbro Stuntigons. There's just not enough pivot there in the ankle. You just got no real movement, so you need to get yourself a decent set of feet and hands. As far as torsos go, that looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? It's a fantastic looking figure. Let's take a closer look. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. What an amazing head sculpt. Again, not a lot of range on that head though. There's no real up and down movement. Not really sure why. They could have got a ball under there, I'm sure, unless it's just really stiff and needs a little bit of forcing. I don't know, but that's an amazingly good head sculpt for Menasor. I love the chest section. I love the rotating waist. That was a really nice touch. As far as articulation goes, you've got basically what we would get with the Combiner Wars figures. Really nice tight joints in there, all the way around. You've got a nice waist joint there. You are hindered somewhat by these messy leg kibble. I mean, they don't flop down or anything. And like I said, the option is there to slide them off the runners completely if you choose to do so. If you lift up the front skirts, you've got nice range of motion forwards, nice tight joints there, and out sideways as well. Now there's a bit of weight there. The leg does drop a little bit because these Combiner Wars are quite heavy on these joints, but you know, I think there's a good range. And of course you've got the knee joint, which doesn't actually get in the way of that kibble at the back there. I would have thought it would have done. The only real downside to this figure is that lack of balance due to the feet. I would have liked them to have come with maybe his own set of feet. But again, this is possibly something I would imagine they're going to be releasing themselves as they release the other limbs. But as far as Menasors go, I absolutely love this. It looks phenomenal. Size-wise, he's not quite big enough, in my opinion, to be a masterpiece figure, but he does make a very good scaled combiner, in my opinion. He's a good bulk, he's a good size, and it's a very aggressive, highly detailed, very G1-esque torso. So there we have it, guys. There's my review on the Lonewolf from a Bold Form. It's not without its faults, but it's a very good first product from themselves. I have no idea what this does. I have no idea what this does. No doubt that will come to light very shortly. I'm hoping it's something to do with their up-and-coming figures. But for now, do I recommend this figure? Yes. If you're a Combiner fan, this torso knocks the living socks off the Hasbro Menasor. Yes, it's more expensive, but you're getting a highly detailed, very G1 accurate figure, in my opinion. It's good plastic quality and bang on the buck. Until next time, guys, from myself and Lonewolf, thanks for watching. Goodbye.